Søren can hear something approaching in the thicket. And makes a good shot at the Keiler.
Ah, shit.
But Søren also has to realize that the distance between success and failure is often very short.
Yeah, but drivers, I won't shoot because of safety.
However, he does the right thing and keeps his cool. But for how long? Many hunters are dreaming of lots of boars. But now watch what happens.
Ej. Det kan simpelthen ikke passe.
He gets confused by all the animals, which makes it difficult to decide which one to concentrate on.
Too many.
Wow. Action.
Yeah.
On a wild boar hunt, nothing can happen for an entire hour, and then suddenly there is wild action. You have to choose the right animals from the sounder, make good shots, and keep an overview, all within a few seconds.
Vi så en masse flotte grise, men fik jo ikke ramt på så mange denne her gang.
It is late in the afternoon, and finally something happens at France's post. His first bullet is slightly behind the shoulder, but he more than compensates for this with his second shot, and the Keiler drops on the spot. It is virtually impossible to keep on making an endless string of bullseyes, especially when hunting driven boar. Even here in slow motion, things happen quickly, and France must realize that he missed the last boar he shot at. Still, he made some extraordinary good shooting, and although he's not happy with his last shot, you can almost sense that his Sauer 202 is especially fitted for him. Slightly unusually for driven game, he has chosen the rifle in .270 Winchester. France spots an oncoming group and immediately notices that the second boar is a Keiler.
We'll start with number 2.
Number 1.
The rest of the group disappears, but suddenly a single boar appears from the opposite direction. In spite of his surprise, the distance, the speed of the animal, and the trees in the front, France puts a bullet in the heart of the boar with his first shot and puts it down with his favorite shot right behind the ear. Any experienced rifle hunter who knows how demanding it is to shoot at moving targets under difficult conditions will agree that this was nothing less than spectacular shooting. After the drive, France inspects the Keiler he shot from the group. A rule of thumb says that 2/3 of the tusks are hidden in the jaw, and if so, France has shot himself yet another top trophy.
How was the reading?
Only one.
Only one? Did you
Aim for more, but you have a small place to shoot on, and it's good.
Okay.
So, congratulations for the hunt. Thank you for the hunt.
Thank you. Thank you. That was very nice.
Some big tusk.
Yeah, he's quite good.
The tones from the horns are fading out in the snow and the oncoming darkness. The hunters show their last respects to the game. A long, cold, and wonderful day full of excitement is coming to an end here at Cab Hegi. It has been a very special day for all the participants, and several of the hunters have experienced something they have never even dreamt of. The final parade of game shot gives every hunter a chance to reflect upon the events and to recollect the good moments, and also to ponder over where improvements can be made. Through the years, Cab Hegi has maintained all traditions and is favored by one of the best groups of hornblowers in Hungary. The managers can be very proud of both the hornblowers and the superb professional organizers of the hunt, who succeeded in conducting the hunt in both the most ethical and safe way. Hunting-driven game is not just a matter of shooting and the number of boars on the final parade. For the hunters, many other aspects are involved in this special form of hunting. This can be hard to understand for the uninitiated who do not experience the excitement, the social aspects, the unexpected events, and the friendship among the hunters. On top of this, the hunt is very demanding, as you not only have to be a good shot, but even more important, you need to know your limitations. The hunters thank the manager of the hunt and his staff, as without their experience and knowledge of the game and its habits, and without their excellent dogs, a hunt of this quality would never have been possible to arrange. Franz Albrecht and the rest of the party have had a fantastic first day. Each of them has a string of experiences to remember, and even have another hunt to look forward to tomorrow. After a lovely dinner and evening where many hunting stories are told, some less in accordance with the truth than others, everybody turns in, as the next day has an early start. Tomorrow, there will be another day in this hunter's paradise.
We've decided to use the Blaser today because it's a little bit of a bigger caliber. It's a 30-06 instead of a 270. Just for these Hungarian boars to give them a little bit more power. And I'm excited to see what happens, and I think we will have boars coming at all distances. I hope anyway. And we will see whether we can shoot a big Kyla today. Fox.
The ultimate game for many hunters is the red fox, but when it is moving at this speed, it's a very difficult target. It doesn't get more beautiful than that. Franz keeps his rifle on the target after the shot to make sure that the fox is dead. It's a hunter's duty to make the kill as quickly as possible.
Still at the beginning of the drive, we saw a fox coming from behind. While we were still watching it, suddenly one came from the front. And we saw it a little bit late, but it went okay. Again, the aim pointed pretty well because it was quite near distance, maybe 40 meters. And then you could shoot it like with a shotgun. You just follow it through from behind as if it was a hare. So that worked very well. I'm happy. It's exciting. And usually they say on the same tracks where the foxes run, the wild boar will come later. So we will see.
Franz told us about the old saying that the Kyler often will come along the tracks of the fox. This turns out to be true, although the Kyler veers off course a little at the end. It took 3 well-placed bullets from the 30-06 in order to stop this tough boar. Until now, everything has been quiet at Eric's post, but a big boar is approaching. What a Kyler. Wow. Will Eric be able to meet the challenge and put this living tank down? Well done.
Nice Kyler. Came out of the forest over here. Really good. Really good. Felt excellent.
Franz has got a new post where he has an even narrower track to shoot over. As the snow is so deep, he is not likely to hear the boars approaching, making the shooting even more difficult. Three very fast shots. If you watch closely, you'll see that all 3 animals go down. One of them, however, needs a coup de grace. At the first given moment, Franz reloads his rifle. When everything can happen at any moment, it's evident that a detachable magazine is an advantage.
the second day we just came to our stand and we were still unpacking. And we had a huge group of wild boar come about 40 meters from us. And I think we shot 3. We have 2 with Frischling and 1 Überläufer. It was very exciting. I still am. I'm still shaking a little bit. And it's amazing with this snow. And I didn't think the wild boar would move like this today because we had over 10 centimeters of snow yesterday. And they usually stick to the thickets, but the beaters and the dogs have done an amazing job to get them out. So we will see what happens next. But it's a big one and a small one. I will shoot the small one.
Franz has noticed that it is a Bakker with a Frischling, which are approaching along the track about 70 meters away, and decides to shoot the Frischling. The Frischling drops on the spot after receiving a well-placed RWS bullet. This is hunting when it is best. Although Franz normally uses a Sauer 202, he is also able to handle this blazer mounted with an Aimpoint Micro. The advantage of using an Aimpoint sight is really great, as you can keep a full overview right up to and during the shot. Eric can hear something approaching from behind. A single Überläufer. And a good shoulder shot. A Kyler gets startled by the shot, and Eric puts it down with a very good shot. We have reached the last drive of the day, and this is the first hunt where Franz has used an Aimpoint Micro. At the beginning, he was quite skeptical, but he very quickly became friends with the sight. This Überläufer demonstrates how tough wild boars can be. The first shot hits it in the shoulder, but it takes an extra shot in the nape of the neck to put it down. This boar weighs around 60 kilos when grellocked. Imagine how tough a 150-kilo Kyler can be. This is also a good demonstration that boars can receive good hits without any visible reaction whatsoever. Accordingly, it's very important to check all the shots after the end of the drive, regardless of how certain you are of a miss. Often, you'll be surprised. At a driven hunt, everything happens very quickly, and decisions have to be made instantly. You almost need an extra set of eyes to keep track of everything.
Absolutely incredible. I had just reloaded my gun from the Überläufer we shot on our left, and we could see from the top there was 2 wild boar coming, and only saw that it was a Kyler after I shot the Überläufer. But they're both down. It's very, very exciting, and we have maybe 5 or 10 minutes left. At our first stand this morning, the weather's absolutely perfect. The snow has been here for maybe a week. We have a clear sky. We're in Gulai, and we're allowed to shoot wild boar today. Any wild boar that we see. So Frischling, which is the wild boar up to 1 year. Überläufer, which is between 1 and 2 years. And then from 2 years on, it's a Kyler, which is the male boar, and a Bache, which is the female boar. Well, of course, we're going to try and concentrate on the Frischling and Überläufer. And I'm interested to see what happens here, because we have a big thicket behind us where the beaters are coming towards us. They're going to pass us, and they're going to go towards that side for maybe another kilometer. And we expect some more to come back. Our wind at the moment is going into the drive, which can be good because they like to go with the wind or into the wind. But I'm a little bit worried because there's a thicket behind us that they will smell us a little bit early and they will turn a little bit further around. But we have some nice shooting areas on our right and on our left. And yeah, I think the drive has not begun yet, but we're very excited. We will see what we see.
Magnus Andersson of Sweden.
to start. We have just reached our post here. The sun is coming up. It's a really beautiful morning.
Franz Albrecht, with his favorite rifle mounted with a new Aimpoint Hunter. The intensity of the red dot is adjusted according to the surrounding light. A Kyler is approaching. He is limping after the fights during the rutting, which normally takes place from November to January.
First one. It's a little bit what we thought or what we were scared of. They came very close in the thicket and the wind is blowing directly in their direction. She got wind and they turned around and went back into the drum. Very clever, very clever. We just saw a group coming behind us, but we couldn't shoot because the backstop was not perfect. And there's a hunter maybe 300 or 400 meters in that direction, and it was just a little bit too flat. If they had come maybe 30 meters closer, we could have taken some nice shots. But even though it's the beginning of the drive, you can see that the wild boar, they're already running fast, and I think it's something to do with it. There's so much sun today, they don't like to go out in the open. So we're gonna see some fast boar today. I mean, that's what it looks like anyway. Do you want to take number 2? And one Überläufer, we shot the Überläufer, and on our right, they were a little bit too far, most of them, because of the danger of our next shooter. But one Frischling was close enough to take, so we took it. But there's a lot of wild boar and they're really moving.
Many hunters will recognize Magnus Andersson from earlier films, and the participation of the Swede normally guarantees some spectacular shooting.
Kylo.
The bullet is perfectly placed to the shoulder, but the boar shows little reaction to the